What's going on, guys? We're back with some more Codecademy, and today we're going to be learning about Truthy and Falsy. Let's consider how non-Boolean data types like strings or numbers are evaluated when checked inside a condition. Sometimes you'll want to check if a variable exists and you won't necessarily want it to equal a specific value. You'll only check to see if the variable has been assigned a value. Here's an example. Let variable equal I exist if my variable, I don't know what that means, else the variable does not exist. The code block in the if statement will run because my variable has a truthy value. Even though the value of my variable is not explicitly the value true, when used in a Boolean or conditional context, it evaluates to true because it has been assigned a non-falsy value. And I don't really see where that is doing that, but I think we're going to learn. So which values are falsy or evaluate to false when checked as a condition? The list of falsy values includes 0, empty strings, null, which represent when there is no value at all, undefined, which represent when a declared variable lacks a value, nan or not a number. So to me that's not a number, so that would follow under nan, but I think I'm wrong about that. Here's an example with numbers. Let number of apples equal 0. If number of apples, let us eat apples. Else, no apples left. So this would say no apples left. The condition evaluates to false because the value of the number of apples is 0. Since 0 is a falsy value, the code block in the else statement will run. Alright, so we need to change the value of word count so that it is truthy. This value should still be a number. After you make this change and run your code, great, you've started your work, should log. So let's just do 50. All right. Great, you've started your work. This string doesn't seem to be empty. All right, change the value of favorite phrase so that it is still a string but falsy. So we want it to be falsy, so still a string but falsy. That's where I'm getting confused. After you make this change and run your code, this string is definitely empty. So maybe we just change it and put nothing inside. That's, well, it is still a string because it still has the thingies. So let's see. Great, you've started your work. This string is definitely empty. Okay. All right, so we got that part. Let's move on to the next one. All right, Truthy and Falsy assignment. Truthy and Falsy evaluations open a world of shorthanded possibilities. Say you have a website and want to take a user's username to make a personalized greeting. Sometimes the user does not have an account, making the username variable falsy. The code below checks if username is defined and assigns a default string value if it's not. Okay. If you combine your knowledge of logical operators, you can use a shorthand for the code above. In a Boolean condition, JavaScript assigns the truthy value to a variable if you use the AND operator, the OR operator in your assignment. Because OR statements check the left-hand condition first, the variable default name will be assigned the actual value of username if it is truthy, and it will be assigned the value of stranger if username is falsy. This concept is also referred to as short-circuit evaluation. Let's use short-circuit evaluation to assign a value to writing utensil. Let writing utensil, do not edit tool yet. We'll return to tool in the next step. Assign to writing utensil the value of tool. So equals tool. And if tool is falsy, assign a default value of pen. Console.log, the writing utensil is mightier than the sword. Assign a default, so let's see. So if writing utensil, I forget how to do this. If writing utensil else, what does it say to do? Assign to the value of tool, and if the tool is falsy, assign a default value of pin. Okay, I'm going to need some help on this one. Make sure you're assigning tool before pin. You will be using the AND operator to short circuit evaluate. For example, let writing utensil equal tool. Let writing utensil equal tool. Or pin. I don't think that's right, but let's run it. Did you use short circuit? I put it in the wrong spot. If writing utensil tool. Oh my gosh, I don't know what I'm doing. Did you use short circuit to evaluate? Can we restart? Can we just reset this? Go away. Reset. Reset. Okay. Let writing utensil equal tool. And that was correct. The tool is mightier than the sword. Oh wait, no, it wasn't correct. Do not edit tool. Assign to writing utensil the value of tool, and if the tool is falsy, oh, we never got the first one right. Okay. Let writing utensil equal tool. Default value. Pin. Don't think that's right. Let's see. The tool is mightier than the sword. Let new var writing utensil equal another var, which is tool. Default value. What is the default value? Oh, I know what I'm doing wrong. Here. I know this part needs to be like that. But then... okay, that's right. The pen is mightier than the sword. Okay. Notice that the text, the pen is mightier than the sword, logged to the console, which means the value of writing utensil is pen. What if we reassign the value of tool to marker? So let's put marker here. Let's see what happens to the value of writing utensil. The marker is mightier than the sword. Okay. So, where am I confused here? Okay, it doesn't say to do an if-else. I don't know why I was trying to do that, because I was just trying to confuse myself even more, but I didn't need to do that. So let's move on to the next one. Ternary operator. In the spirit of using shorthand syntax, we can use a ternary operator to simplify an if-else statement. Take a look at the if-else statement example. So let is nighttime true equal true if it is nighttime, turn on the lights, else turn off the lights. We can use a ternary operator to perform the same functionality. Is nighttime, console turn on the lights, console log turn off the lights. In the example above, the condition is nighttime is provided before the question mark. The two expressions follow the question mark and are separated by a colon. If the condition evaluates to true, the first expression executes. If the condition evaluates to false, the second expression executes. Like if-else statements, ternary operators can be used for conditions which evaluate to true or false. Alright, refactor or edit the first if-else block to use a ternary operator. So, the first All right, so let's go here and do is locked question mark console.log. You will need a key to open the door. All right, and then we need to do this and say console.log. You will not need a key to open the door. So let's delete this and run it. You will not need a key to open the door. Correct. I love that. All right, refactor the second if-else block to use a ternary operator. So we're going to go here. We're going to go let is correct equal true. Is correct console.log correct. And then we do this thing, and then we do console.log incorrect. Close that off, and then get rid of this and run it. Awesome. You will not need a key to open the door. Correct. I love that. Refactor the third if-else block to use a ternary operator. So favorite, I can't spell, favorite phrase, question mark, console.log, I love that, and then console.log, I don't love that. Can I not use the apostrophe? Let's get rid of that, and then we should be able to use it. No, I don't love that. It's going to be false because did you change the third if-else statement? Oh, I got to delete that. To use a ternary operator. Favorite phrase, question mark, console.log. I love that. So this is really messing me up here. Yeah, that gave me a huge error. Let's get a... If you're using single quotes on the falsy expression, make sure you use the escape character. Otherwise, JavaScript will not interpret the string correctly. For example, look, we're using the escape character. You can also avoid using altogether by using double quotes. Oh, I see that. Okay, so let's do that. And then this. I knew that was going to cause us an issue. Still wrong. What did I do wrong? Console.log, console.log. What did I do wrong here? I love that. I don't love that. Let's try to use this and go back to using the single, maybe. No. Okay. You still have to check if favorite phrase is equivalent to love that. Oh, hold on. Love favorite phrase equal love that. Favorite phrase. So these are using true or false ones. So how do I do it here? Let me go up and look at their example. Is nighttime, da 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 da. So that's not helpful because this is showing true false, not a string example. So how do I do if it's a string? Two expressions follow the question mark and are separated by a colon. So favorite phrase. I don't think that's right. Oh snap, that was right. Okay. Heck yeah. Moving right along. Else-if statements. We can add more conditions to our if-else with an else-if statement. The else-if statement allows for more than two possible outcomes. You can add as many else-if statements as you'd like to make more complex conditionals. The else-if statement always comes after the if statement and before the else statement. The else-if statement also takes a condition. Let's take a look at the syntax. So let stoplight equal yellow. If stoplight equals red, then stop. Else if stoplight equals yellow, slow down. Else if stoplight equals green, go. Else, caution unknown. All right, that makes sense, the way they put it there. The else if statement allows you to have multiple possible outcomes. If else statements are read from top to bottom. So the first condition that evaluates to true from the top to bottom is the block that gets executed. In the example above, since stoplight equals red evaluates to false and stoplight equals yellow evaluates to true, the code inside the first else if statement is executed. The rest of the conditions are not evaluated. If none of the conditions evaluated to true, then the code in the else statement would have executed. Let's create a program that keeps track of the way the environment changes with the seasons. Write a conditional statement to make this happen. In main.js, there's already an if-else statement in place. Let's add an else-if statement that checks if season is equal to winter. So let season equal summer. If season equals spring, log this. So there's already one in place. Let's add an else if statement that checks if season is equal to winter. So before the else. So wait a second. So it should go else if. We need to put a curly bracket like that. So else if season equal winter, then alright, so this else needs to go there. And here needs to go console.log, and we need to put it's winter. Everything is covered in snow. Make sure that the structure uses if, else if, and else. So if, else if, else. Run. Alright, invalid season because it says it's summer and we just have spring and winter. Add another else if statement that checks if season is equal to fall. So we're going to go here. We're going to go else if season is equal to fall, console.log it's fall, leaves are falling. It's fall, leaves are falling. And then here I'm going to move this else over and run. Still invalid season. All right, add a final else if statement that checks if the season is equal to summer. Else if season equals summer, console.log. I think I'm getting the hang of this, guys. It's sunny and warm because it's summer. Alright. Sunny and warm because it's summer. Alright, guys. I'm going to go ahead and end this episode here, but we have just done else if statements, and I will see you guys on the next one. You guys let me know in the comments what you guys are thinking of this Codecademy course. I'm liking it so far. We are almost done with the conditional statement. We got a couple projects here, it seems, and then we move on to functions. All right, guys, thanks for hanging out. I will see you on the next one. Goodbye.